You're watching Metallica Mania, and I'm your host CJ. And well, I have another album review slash album praise. Um, did not go to plan last night. I was planning on getting one out, a review out for an album, but re-listening to it, I did not like it, so I decided not to. But I listened to one that I've never checked out Misery Index before. I've never checked them out except once, and that was their album before this. And I was impressed, but didn't really think that I wanted to do a review for that album. But here I am doing a review for this one, and yeah, I completely missed out on this band for years, and yeah, it's gonna be a regret. It is definitely a regret of mine listening to this album. They have more of like a grind vocal type thing going on with this, other than and then the guitar tone is absolutely amazing. Like this is like one of the best death metal guitar tones I've heard in a long time, and like yeah, this is one of the best death metal guitar tones I've heard in a long time. This form of death, like here we go into the album review. What I like, this form of death metal, I feel is fresh to me and makes me want to listen to more. The guitar tone is one of the best tones I've heard in a while, and as I said before, this album just over 33 minutes, which is very short, and it kind of like gets to the point and goes through everything you'd want in a death metal album without all the bullshit that goes on with albums that are really fucking long and drag on. Um, those 33 minutes gives you everything you desire from a death metal record, definitely. The drums, I never talk about the drums. I'm not a drum person. I've hardly had any desire to actually learn the drums. Um, yeah, they stand out to me. Like the drumming is pretty intense. The drums add another line of intensity that you don't hear that often, or what I don't hear that often, because I'm really not a huge fan of drums. Uh, they're a must in metal. They're a must in metal, but they really don't. They kind of just another layer that kind of helps the guitars to me. This is like the drums are like outside of the guitars. Like this, it's not normal, honestly. But it's great as it is. It's great as it is. I really do like that. Like outside the guitar tones working by itself as the drums are working by itself, and just fucking love that. Absolutely love it. Standouts. Let's go into the standout tracks. Minister of the Dagger, intense vocals starting it with a weird part. Honestly, it's kind of like more of a softer like intro with like the vocals being like more in the back and just intense, and then just after that it's just like the style of like Danny Filth's like attack on his type of vocals, um, where it's like they're more of like constant in your face intense vocals instead of like the ones that just drag on and on and on. It's more of like just intense fast vocals that you would kind of hear in like a Cradle of Filth. Like, don't get mad at me for saying that, honestly. But a lot of people will get mad at me for saying that about like because Cradle of Filth is one of the most hated bands out there. But I don't understand it, honestly. Vocal attack on this, the vocal attack after the first intro part is just something to desire. Honestly, it's great. It's brutal. This like absolute start of the record is fantastic. Honestly, I like this album. I like this song to start the album. The Eaters and the Eaten, amazing guitar riffs, amazing solo. I like the solos on this album too. I think the solos are quite good. Complete Control, epic title track with superb guitar and intense vocals. Um, yeah, like it has some epic riffs on the Complete Control. Necessary Suffering. This is the best song on the album, honestly. The best song you have here. Slow opening riff, gets the guitar tone to take over. It's like a complete guitar tone takeover for this song. The speed, they even have the slow opening riff kind of like turns into like like more of a really fast riff that goes in, adds intensity, and like it just makes the song absolutely intense, like interior. It's kind of slow and intense starting, and then just adds a fast intensity with a guitar solo and a great guitar solo to finish it. Absolutely, like it's the best song, honestly. Um, Night Rites of Cruelty as riffage out of the gate, intense that embodies what modern death metal brings. It's kind of different than modern death metal with the grind vocals to it, like more of the like less of the deep guttural and more of like the high like screams you would hear off of like I don't even know like I can't really compare that to anything I've heard before. Um, Slow chug riffs, like they throw the slow chug riff like more than halfway into the song. Yeah, it's a great song. Conspiracy of None is a beast of a main has a beast of a main riff. Honestly, the main riff, Headbanger Song is the riff is it's the most headbangable song on this album. I do look for that as well. When a fan looks at an album, can I headbang to this album? The answer is yes in some parts. The answer is no because you would probably hurt yourself with how fast you would headbang unless you're doing windmilling. Windmilling as in like it's dangerous as shit, and it's kind of like what Corpse Grinder does with his head just round and round and round. That's another album I need to check out, the Corpse Grinder record. I've never checked it out. Probably after this. Infiltrator, epic vocal delivery. Another one of those like in your face like attack on the vocals. Reciprocal Repulsion has some intense ass riffs with some intense ass vocals. Just the way I like that. Absolutely the way I like this a death metal record to go. Notified, short but not so sweet closer. That's actually a compliment. Not so sweet as in like intense and disgusting. Um, that brings intensity for one last time. Honestly, just ends the album off intense. Starts intense, ends intense. We're all good. So, for what this is like the only album I've ever like checked out and like really gone into like detail like what I like about it. As there are other albums I've really never listened to, and it's kind of criminal, honestly. Like listening to this album here, it's kind of a criminal act to not listen to more. I probably will. Um, yeah, I don't dislike anything. I think it's something that I would enjoy. I would enjoy with more listens too. Like I'm gonna enjoy it more. I'm probably gonna listen to it again. Um, so yeah, that's what I think of this album. I think it's perfect all the way through. There's nothing. It's just it's giving the death metal fans what they like with something different. Like there's so much death metal out there that is just the same recycled bullshit over and over, and this band kind of pushes this like grind vocal that the grind vocal and the great ass guitar tone on this album that kind of like sets them out from the pack and like new age death metal where it's being oversaturated by the same bullshit over and over. And yeah, that's what I think. Hope you guys liked it. Probably we'll get an album ranking out in a couple of days. Kind of busy and kind of dealing with a shoulder injury that I got from shredding my guitars. That I got from playing my guitars. So see you guys in the next video, and yeah, wait for the album ranking, and the Black Dahlia Murder album ranking will be up next week because I decided to hold off on it because of the traffic that they're getting. I don't want to benefit off the incident. So I'll see you guys in the next video.